This is Brian from ScreenFiles.com with review. And I'm not doing an imitation of Thanos. I just figured, why not sit down? It's more comfortable than standing. And the movie I'm talking about today is Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. And this is a great movie. And I'm not going to tell you about the movie. Reason being, you need to go see it. It's that good. It's a lot of fun and it's enjoyable. It's dramatic. And there's such confidence in the way the material's approached. It just works on so many levels. It's probably, in my view, one of the best sequels made. Because sequels tend to be rough, in the sense that you're building on an idea and characters that have already been seen. So to pull it off and have it work really well, it's really difficult to do. And I would argue that this movie is as good, if not better, than the first. But, I mean, look at sequels. Empire Strikes Back, great sequel. Personally, I think it's better than Star Wars. Some people say The Godfather 2 is a great sequel. I don't know. I don't recall The Godfather 2, and I barely recall the first Godfather, to be totally honest. But traditionally speaking, sequels don't do too well, and this movie it's mind-blowingly good. And I think part of the reason why that's the case is because it doesn't rest on its laurels. Oftentimes with a sequel, you have a movie that's the same as the first movie. You change some things, cosmetically speaking, but it doesn't differ significantly from the first movie. And that's playing it safe. And frankly, that's a little boring when it happens. Don't dig that at all. But this movie goes into different areas entirely than the first movie. And it's its own thing, in other words. And that is good. Do you have to see the first Guardians of the Galaxy to enjoy Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2? No, not really. It helps. It's referred to on occasion, so if you've seen it, you'll probably be better informed. But it's not necessary. And it's so worth repeating how much fun this movie is. For a company I won't mention, tend to be grim, needlessly so in fact. And this is not. But that's not to say it's a comedy. It's nowhere close to being a comedy. But there's humor. Like I said earlier, there's heart. And you care about these people. And the performances, excellent. Everyone just brings their A game. They take it loose, they take it light, but they take it seriously. And it shows. And for me, a particular shout out goes to Dave Bautista as Drax. My God, he is so funny. And it's kind of funny I prefer, which is a very deadpan, very literal type funny, in that he doesn't make jokes. He just says really odd comments. I've read online in other reviews of this movie how some people are kind of critical of that. To each their own. I personally think it worked. There were no stinkers as far as jokes or sarcastic comebacks in the entire movie, as far as I'm concerned. Everything flowed. But most importantly, I think, the actions of each character was true to who they've been depicted to be in the first movie. And that's important, because for me at least, nothing can take me out of a movie more than a character in one film acting one way and in the sequel acting totally different. That's just weird, and it happens more often than you'd like to think. So, Guardians of the Galaxy 2 is a great movie, action-packed, great special effects. And speaking of special effects, I wanted to mention, there's a lot of green screen in this movie, in the sense that you have an environment and green screened so that it looks like somewhere else. But it's not terribly noticeable, which is really unusual. It's not Ridley Scott good, though. If you recall Prometheus, that that whole planet looked great. And none of the scenes that were green screen necessarily looked green screen. In fact, the only reason I assumed them to be green screen was because those environments didn't look real. In terms of on Earth real. It looked great on film, but I don't think there were real places in many instances. So therefore, it's probably been green screened. But with Guardians of the Galaxy, there's some beautiful green screen work. Not as good as what tends to pop up in Ridley Scott movies, but above par for these type of movies. It just was just almost seamless, which is a really good thing. The effects were great, the story was great. Stay till the end, please. Don't be one of those people who get up, oh, I think I'll leave, the movie's over, the credits are rolling. No, there's something like 4 end credit stingers. 4, there's something like 4, not 3, there are 4 end credit sequences to this movie. The credits start rolling, do not leave, because the last one introduces, mild spoiler if you know who he is, not so much if you don't know who he is, it's literally irrelevant to you, but if you know who he is, it's a mild spoiler. Won't stop your enjoyment of the movie at all, trust me. It's a great time, you'll love it. Brian from ScreenFiles.com, having seen Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. You're going to tear up, don't fight it, just roll with it. Peace.